and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it.
And the dogs in the house.
It's a wrap. Game over.
Nah, this game is not over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is, oh my goodness, Monday. And here to kick it off, I guess he's been in witness protection program. We'll find out. Hello, who's this?
Hey, Dre, how you feel, man?
With my hands, greatest. Who chasing after you, man? You been in witness protection?
Oh, man, it's a long story, man, but all is well, man.
Well, let me just say this. If she got you in trouble, cough 3 times. Just cough. If you need help, you cough 3 because I know you ain't acting right. I'm
like Sam Cooke at the Copacabana Club in 1964. I'm back. I'm back, my golly.
Yeah. I
Hey,
hear
man,
you.
good to hear from you, man, and good to talk to all my fans across the country. Now, hey, man, is it open line or what?
Yeah, you good. Go ahead. You crack open the bottle today.
Okay, man. Congratulations to Coach Dawn Staley. She got a raise and a well-deserved raise. She's worked hard for it. But Dre, I just have a problem with putting people personal business out there. In other words, I don't know. I don't need to know how much money she made. I don't know. I don't need to know when she get a raise. Just pay it. But because to me, you're just putting people business out there, man. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I've never been a fan of that. I mean, it's kind of in our business. It's interesting, news and topics. But at the end of the day, you got somebody like me talking about her money, and I ain't telling nobody about my money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of like hypocritical. But yeah, I put it out there because it's interesting news for people that get into that kind of stuff.
Okay, second of all, so far, the Lakers have been a bust. What has got Wood come now? No, I didn't. Maybe they did inside. Thank you. Hey, so far, the Lakers have been a bust. Okay, do you think if things don't change for the Lakers real soon, you think Westbrook gonna be traded, or you think Vogel gonna get fired? Which one gonna happen first?
I think Vogel will get fired before Westbrook gets traded. I think that you add shooters to that mix. I don't think it's a bust that you blow the whole thing up yet. I think you add shooters, and there are going to be some available, before we get to the trade deadline and that kind of stuff. I think that's what happens. We just lost Greatest. Our weather is getting really bad out here. So if you're out in the Greens Point area, there's a storm front moving in that it just got like almost nighttime dark out here. So, but again, to his question, I think that the Lakers are going to be fine because they've got tweaking to do. We overreact. That's why we call this Oh My Goodness Monday. We overreact in the media, and then you got fan bases that overreact because you want your team to be, how many games have the Lakers played? 22, 24. You want the Lakers to be 24-0. And it's literally unrealistic. It's literally unrealistic. Oh, but AJ, the Warriors have only lost 4 games. Phoenix has only lost 4 games. Okay. All right. But what you want to do is be in the top 6. You want to be in the top 7 because, you got to play in from 7 to 10. You want to be in the top 6. And right now, after 24 games out of an 82-game season, the Lakers are number 8. The Lakers are number 8. Oh, yeah, by the way, the number 6 team, the Dallas Mavericks, are 11-11. The number 5 team, the LA Clippers, are 12-12. The number 4 team, 13-10. 13-10. The Lakers are a game and a half behind the number 4 team. Y'all, it's early. Man, don't be the kind of person looking in the oven as soon as your mother puts something in there to eat. She cooking it, y'all. It's cooking. Wait on it. Wait on it. Lakers just need a couple of shooters. They'll be fine. Vogel might be in trouble, and I think even that might be way too soon. So we'll see. We'll see how all this plays out. We will definitely see how all this plays out right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. All right, let me get a couple of spots on here real quick. And we'll be right back on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Friends get confused. Yo, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 a.m., 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Give the people what they want.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
I'm Ben Tankett, and you are listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live, KYOKradio.org. Going to be having our sponsor on in just a little bit. And one of the great people from Butterball Turkey. They just got you right for Thanksgiving. And we'll have them in here in just a minute to get you right for Christmas. Make sure your Christmas turkey is looking like it's supposed to look. We'll have them on in just a second. Of course, somebody will have a chance to win a Butterball gift certificate on Winning Wednesday. So keep listening for your chance to win. Oh my goodness, Monday. I really ought to call it Overreaction Monday because, I'm not talking about greatest, but I'm talking, there's a lot of folks that are already overreacting to the NBA season as if, they're heading to the playoffs day after tomorrow. They're not. We're 22 games in for some teams, 24 in for others. They play 82. Golden State and Phoenix. Golden State and Phoenix are right now, they are 19-4. 19-4. So they play 23 games. Over on the east side, the Nets are 16-7. The Bulls 16-8. The Bucks 15-9. The Heat 14-10. Wizards 14-10. Hornets 14-11. Cavaliers 13-11 at number 7. Celtics 13-11. 76ers 12-11. And then you got the Hawks 12-12, the Knicks 11-12, and the Raptors 11-13. It's early, y'all. It's early. It's absolutely early. I kind of like what the Rockets are doing right now. They made it 6 wins in a row over the weekend, beating New Orleans. What was it, 118-111, I believe. I like what they're doing because they're showing you they got talent. You know, I ain't trying to do that AGT from the TV show, but the Rockets have talent. They're young. They're rebuilding their program from the ground up. And Rocket fans want to go back to the glory days of, you know, the 65 win team when they were the number 1 seed, the Western Conference Finals teams when they were battling with Golden State. Listen, keep doing what you're doing, Rockets. Rocket fans, be patient. I'm not doing the Aaron Rodgers nonsense. I ain't doing nothing that cat talking about. I meant it when I said for his birthday the other day, man, that's when drama was born into the world. Good Lord. But anyway, just be patient. Be patient. Be patient. And Golden State fans, chill out, man. Y'all have turned into the Golden State fans of old. I'm not talking about old. You know, y'all new age Golden State fans that just found the team as if they were just chartered, you know, a couple of years ago when Steph and Clay, the Splash Brothers, and Draymond. Listen, y'all were obnoxious like crazy. Y'all were worse than Cowboys, Patriots, Eagles fans combined. And y'all are getting that way again. That whole when Golden State beat Phoenix after Phoenix beat Golden State, some of y'all Warrior fans were just ridiculous with it, man. It was crazy. And then what happened? You went out there and you got beat by the San Antonio Spurs. And oh yeah, by the way, the game wasn't as close as the final score. Proof that anybody can beat anybody on any given night. Oh, AJ, it was a trap game. Hey, you mess around and get trapped on the wrong day, you'll be sitting at home watching everybody else who didn't get caught in the trap. I'm with you now. Golden State is definitely back, but let's not get ridiculous. This Golden State team is not going to be 73-9. They're not. And they're not unbeatable. If Golden State and Phoenix meet in a best-of-7 series, it's going to be a good series. Golden State is not going to dog walk Phoenix 4-0. They're not going to have that run that they had back in the day where they barely lost a playoff game. They're just not. AJ, Klay Thompson's on the way back. We don't know if Klay's going to be 100. We don't know if he's going to be 100. Now, see, y'all get excited over a night. Oh, man, Klay went off for 50. Klay's got to win 4 out of 7. Y'all keep forgetting the regular season is important. Don't get it twisted. But the playoffs is when it counts. And Klay's got to play, 50 some odd games. I'm throwing out a guesstimate. He's got to play 50 some odd games, and then he's got to go 4 out of 7 for 3 rounds. And then the finals. Come on, Golden State fans. Don't be that crew. Don't be that crew. It's still anybody's race. For all that Golden State and Phoenix have done, they're 19-4. You got Utah 16-7, 3 games back. Memphis, of all people, 6 games back. The Clippers 7.5, Mavericks 7.5, Nuggets 7.5, Lakers 7.5, Timberwolves 8, Portland 8.5. So for all that work, y'all ain't out of sight. We still see y'all. Come on, y'all. Oh my goodness. All right. I just start talking about basketball because I let Greatest crack it open for us today. Let me hit a break, and then when I come back, we'll hang on. Let me hang on a second. Then I'll take a break, and then we'll have our sponsor when I come back after that. Football. Oh, my goodness. I was at the Texans game Sunday, and it was ugly. It was uglier than it looked on TV. It was ugly. I mean, it was ugly. Tyrod got off to a slow start. Interception, first series, first drive, and didn't get much better after that. And, of course, he had a hand contusion after getting hit on a drop back. And then Coach Kelly did something interesting. He decided to pull him and put in Davis Mills, who was ineffective. Not like he came in and all of a sudden there was a jolt of energy in the team. He was ineffective. But my question to a couple of my colleagues, Kim White Davis and A.D. Moore, was this. Why was Coach Kelly okay pulling Tyrod Taylor out of that game against the Colts yesterday, but was not okay pulling Davis Mills out of the Buffalo game where, if I'm not mistaken, Mills turned the ball over 4 times, literally left the defense out to dry. Like the defense was hanging with Buffalo. They turned touchdowns into field goals. They had stops. They got off the field, only for Davis Mills to go out there and throw it away and give it right back to Buffalo. Now, I get one part of it. The backup quarterback that day was not Tyrod Taylor. It was Jeff Driscoll, who's now a tight end. Thanks for that, Kim. The backup that day is now playing tight end. You're right. You're right. But I just wonder sometimes why some coaches feel okay pulling a quarterback out and putting in a backup in, but then when it's the other way around, we don't want to mess up the young man's psyche. That's always the craziest thing in the world to me. You're the quarterback of an NFL team. You are the leader of the franchise. You are that dude, and your psyche is that soft that if we pull you out, you done gave up all your worldly begotten goods and you got no will to live, and you just don't know if you're gonna make it. I never understood that thinking. And then, like with most things in the NFL, it's not evenly applied. Coach had no qualms with pulling Tyrod Taylor out. Well, Tyrod's a seasoned veteran. Okay, so at what point does somebody become strong enough to be pulled out of a game that they're not playing well in and not lose all their mental faculties? I don't get it. I mean, we thought that Tyrod was hurt, and that's why he was pulled out. He went in the tent and that. But then literally, the head of PR and media relations for the Texans came over to our table and said, no, he's able to play. If they need him to come back in, he's able to play. He's not out due to injury. Translation, coach pulled him. Coach pulled him. I mean, again, I'm not knocking Coach for pulling because he was playing like trash. I mean, there was no two ways about it. There were no bright spots yesterday, except for the player, I forget his name, that set the team record for tackles. He had like 88 tackles. That was the only bright spot. Nothing else. So there's a lot more to it. And Texan fans, I hate to be the breaker of this news because y'all already think I'm just a Texans hater. This organization has more problems than Deshaun Watson, Tyrod Taylor, Davis Mills, and Coach David Culley. They got more problems than that. Like, they are literally painting the outside of a burning building. They are literally slapping new paint on the outside of a burning building. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
What it do, brother AJ, Ferdinand, lunch breakers, what's going on?
Hey, Ferdinand, how are you, man?
Man, pretty good, but you don't sound too happy, so I'm going to shed a little light. But AJ, look, you let Davis Mills play 7 games. Why not let Tyrod Taylor finish the season out. That way you'll know which direction to go in next year. David Culley shouldn't have took the man out if he wasn't just injured to where he couldn't play. A lot of quarterbacks, they have played horrible games at some point in time or another. So you have to find something that you're going to either work with, either with Tyrod or Davis Mills going into next year. Right now, you have absolutely nothing. You have absolutely nothing to lose. And I was pulling for David Culley for the first games or so, but right now he's coming unglued. Look, stick to your game plan, and if your game plan doesn't work, the Texans players, all the good players are taken away anyway.
But see, that's the part, Ferdinand, you and I get this. That's the part. David Culley is not responsible for that. David Culley did not ship Mark Ingram back to New Orleans. David Culley did not release Philip Lindsay. David Culley did not, bench Deshaun Watson. David Culley didn't do those things. Coach David Culley didn't do those things. That's why I say they are putting paint on the outside of a burning building. They've got issues going on the inside that are horrendous. You got general managers that's listening in on the offensive play calling as if they're calling plays. And how do we know that they're not interjecting in the play calling? You got somebody who was a team chaplain in another organization making vice president of football operation type decisions. I mean, again, they got bigger problems than we even imagined.
No. We know that. You know they have problems, and I know they have problems. This didn't just start yesterday. AJ, I've been following this story about the Texans for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and it's getting worse and worse. And this is the end result. What you saw on yesterday was the end result of a burning building just collapsing. And like I say, if David Culley had to pull Tyrod because somebody told him to pull him, I understand. But I can assure you that you can't, as a season ticket holder, you can't be comfortable with what is happening.
Yeah. You're right, Ferdinand. I gotta go. I gotta get my sponsor on.
Go ahead.
But I want you to keep listening because just when you said that, I got an idea. I'm gonna throw it out there about the Texans and great win yesterday by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, they got up off the mat after being knocked down, standing 8 count, and won the fight. And they might sneak into the playoffs. So great win for your team.
Well, I'll say yes and no. I picked the Ravens to win because if Lamar would have just stayed together, they would have won the game. But I'll take that Christmas present. I'm gone.
Yeah, all right, Ferdinand. We'll talk to you later. Ferdinand, Caller of the Year 2017. All right, let me get our commercials on, and then I'll be back with our sponsor, Butterball Turkey, right after this on the lunch break.
Aldean AFT presents a grand gift giveaway. It's a drive-through holiday event. Hi, this is Eugene Johnson with Man to Man Let's Talk.
Hi, this is Shy from Shiloh Radio and the legendary KYOK. Join us Saturday, December 18th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, broadcasting live from Aldean AFT office located at 1404 North Sam Houston Parkway East. We will be giving away free HEB gift cards, turkeys, holiday gifts, and more while supplies last.
And it's open to the community. That's Saturday, December 18th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Aldean AFT office, 1404 North Sam Houston Parkway East.
That's right. Come on by and drive through and give these holiday treats a kickoff Christmas with Aldean AFT and the legendary KYOK. We'll see you there.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
Trust in God. I found out that He is the Lord of Lords. He's been my shelter in the times of storm. Lord, I never left me alone. And all of my help comes from of Lords. Oh, yes, He's been my shelter in the times of storm. Lord, He'll never leave me alone. And all of my help comes from God. All of my help comes from God. He's always standing by me. He's my all in all.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We've got our special sponsor on the show right now, the folks that get you right with your turkey. I call them the undisputed heavyweight champs of turkey. It's Butterball, and here today to join us is Barbara. Barbara, how you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Barbara, I'm doing great. Hey, first of all, thank you for the hard work that you all put in to get people right for Thanksgiving. I know y'all were all hands on deck on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes, we certainly were. We were so busy, and it was great. We had a great season, and we're still pretty busy. A lot of people have turkey right up through Christmas time, so we're still here. We're still taking calls.
Well, and for people like me who we ate what we ate that day, and then some of us had leftovers, and then some of us put that turkey up in the freezer. How long will that turkey be good if we put it in the freezer following, say, the day after Thanksgiving?
Okay, you can keep it in the freezer for 2 full months. So that gives you a lot of time to be creative with your leftovers. We have a lot of recipes at butterball.com for using those leftovers and help.
That is outstanding. And I know, tell folks where that website is so that they can go and see all those phenomenal recipes for leftover turkey.
Absolutely. Butterball.com is our website, and we have so many recipes in there. We also have our email and our live chat on the butterball.com website. So if you want to contact us, you certainly can, or give us a call at 1-800-BUTTERBALL.
Now, Barbara from Butterball Turkey joining us here on the lunch break. Oh, my goodness, Monday. Oh, my goodness. Just as one big season ended, here comes another one, Christmas now. So somebody's going to give it a shot. They're going to go out. They're going to buy a turkey. How do they know how much turkey to get for the number of people that they're planning to have for Christmas?
Okay, well, our general rule of thumb for a whole turkey is to allow 1.5 pounds per person, and that does allow for some leftovers. So, for example, if you were having 10 people over for the holiday, you would want to look for at least a 15-pound turkey. But, of course, don't be afraid to go big because we all love those leftovers, as you have said.
Absolutely. That's a great way to measure how much turkey to get. And then once we get it from the store and we get it home, since we got a lot of time, we want to put that thing right in the freezer and not in the refrigerator. Am I right?
That is correct. Yes. Again, we tell our callers that when you're ready to thaw your turkey, you want to allow 4 pounds per day in the refrigerator when you're thawing it. So that means if you have, for example, a 16-pound turkey, it will take 4 days to thaw in your refrigerator. So you certainly don't want to pull it out today. This would be way too early for thawing your turkey. So you would want to wait until you get a little further in the month of December before you take it out of the freezer and start to defrost it.
Absolutely. Barbara from Butterball Turkey joining us here on the lunch break. All right, Barbara. So if folks have questions, if they have issues, if they have concerns, there are multiple ways that they can reach you. Can you run down a couple of those for us?
Absolutely. Well, of course, you can call us at 1-800-BUTTERBALL. On butterball.com, which I mentioned, we have live chat and email. You can text us at 844-877-3456. You can talk to us through Alexa. Say, Alexa, ask Butterball how to thaw or how to carve, and you can get directions from Alexa from your device. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and this year, brand new, we are on TikTok.
Oh, wow. Y'all are TikToking over there, Barbara.
Yeah, well, not me personally. I wasn't in on the fun videos, but they're a lot of fun.
That's all right, Barbara. You'll be on the next round. You'll be on the next round. Barbara, you guys are amazing. We're a sports talk show, so that's why I call y'all the undisputed heavyweight champs of Turkey, the good folks over there at Butterball. Thank you so much for your time and most importantly for your information.
Oh, well, thank you for calling Butterball. And again, give us a call at 1-800-BUTTERBALL.
Barbara, thank you. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.
Barbara is one of the great ones. I'm telling you, they are good people. They can help you out before, during, and after. Before, during, and after, right there at 1-800-BUTTERBALL. 1-800-BUTTERBALL. You can even text them. You can ask Alexa. They're on TikTok. I mean, listen, they're going to make sure you don't get it wrong. So be sure and follow up with our amazing sponsor, Butterball Turkey. And also, don't forget, we'll be giving away free gift certificates for your Butterball Turkey starting on Wednesday. On Wednesday, you'll get a chance to win another gift certificate for Butterball Turkey. You don't have to use it for just turkey, though. You can use it for your other fixings and everything that you need for your holiday celebration. 1-800-BUTTERBALL, 1-800-BUTTERBALL. And again, Wednesday between 12 and 2, you'll get a chance to win a free gift certificate for a Butterball Turkey. All right, that's who's bringing us this segment of the lunch break. Now, I told Ferdinand before the break that I got an idea. This team is a hot mess. I'm talking about the Texans. This team, really, I mean, I know folks are going to look at me, oh, AJ, you're just trying to be, bombastic. I'm not. I'm just telling you the truth. This organization is not okay, and it is bigger than Coach David Culley. I heard someone on another show, I didn't think David Culley was going to be the long-term solution. Why not? That says one of two things. Either the organization is doing the fan base and the team a disservice by bringing in non-long-term solutions, or people are not giving Coach Culley the same kind of time and patience that they gave the former guy, the guy who put the Texans in this situation. I'm talking about Bill O'Brien. I'm talking about Cal McNair. And then, not too long ago, they brought in Jack Easterby. Those guys are the ones that left the Texans in this situation. So if that's the case, then here's what they need to do. They need to go ahead and flip Tyrod Taylor, Deshaun Watson, and whomever else they can get out of here, like Justin Reed, Cunningham, maybe even Brandon Cooks, and trade them for whatever value, and I'm talking about picks, not talking about players, I'm talking about picks. They need to rebuild this organization from the ground up, and it really needs to start with ownership and management, but we know that's not going to happen. So go on and get Tyrod out of here. Let Davis Mills be your guy. Get a legitimate backup to Davis Mills. I'm not saying he's better than Tyrod. Don't, please understand what I'm saying. They are determined to try to put paint on the outside of this burning building. Well, let's get the people out of the burning building so that you at least, don't ruin somebody's career. Tyrod Taylor doesn't deserve this. Tyrod Taylor's not a bad quarterback. And I'll be doggone if I'm going to let Texan fans, degrade Tyrod Taylor because of his performance in this mess. Y'all got all excited because Nick Caserio made all these moves in the offseason. His whole starting backfield is on other teams right now. I'm not sure if he knows how to make quality moves. Nick Caserio was not running the show in New England. Nick Caserio was an assistant to somebody else running the show in New England. And I'll say it until I can't say it no more. Just because you're in the room and you watch somebody else do something does not mean you know how to do it. And it definitely doesn't mean you're going to be good at it. He might be, but he hasn't proven it yet. So go ahead and get Tyrod gone. Go ahead and finally, once and for all, get Deshaun Watson out of here. Go ahead and move Justin Reed. Get what you can for him. You'll get a lot of value for Justin Reed. You'll get at least a number one or some number twos out of Justin Reed. Brandon Cooks, he's been moved before. Brandon understands it's a business. Cunningham, be a lot of value for Cunningham. And move him. Move him. And then go ahead and build with whatever you got. Go ahead and build with whatever you get back. Again, the Texans are not a wide receiver away from a title. The Texans are not a safety away from a title. The Texans are not a quarterback away from a title. The Texans have so many holes from the front office down to the field that they need to make multiple moves or get multiple value back from players like Tyrod, like Deshaun, like Brandon Cooks, like Justin Reed, like Cunningham, like Cooks. They need to get back. That's where Nick Caserio needs to earn his money. Keith Hennig, Tyrod had a bad game. No big deal. It happens all the time. But this organization, this fan base, these media personalities around here, they don't look at it like that. It's just one more thing that they can say, see, I told you. See, I told you. I hated it when Tyrod came here. I did. Got to take a break. Be right back.
A grand gift giveaway. It's a drive-through holiday event. Hi, this is Eugene Johnson with Man to Man Let's Talk.
Hi, this is Shy from Shiloh Radio and the legendary KYOK. Join us Saturday, December 18th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, broadcasting live from Aldine AFT office located at 1404 North Sam Houston Parkway East. We will be giving away free HEB gift cards, turkeys, holiday gifts, and more while supplies last.
And it's open to the community. That's Saturday, December 18th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Aldine AFT office, 1404 North Sam Houston Parkway East.
That's right. Come on by and drive through and get these holiday treats and kick off Christmas with Aldine AFT and the legendary KYOK. We'll see you there.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's AJ Jones with the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, AM 1140 at 92.3 FM. It's that time of year when we are reminded of all the things we should be thankful for and that it's more blessed to give than to receive. So with that in mind, on Wednesdays from now through Christmas, we'll give you a chance to win a gift certificate from Butterball. That's right, you can win a gift certificate for a Butterball turkey on Wednesdays on the lunch break between 12 and 2. Just be the right caller, and your Butterball turkey will be on us at the legendary KYOK, AM 1140 at 92.3.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Griff from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead and say it, Griff.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking,
Love talking,
and joy living on Get Up Mornings.
Get up. You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Do you have high blood pressure or diabetes? Are you over the age of 65 and covered by Medicare? Then pay close attention to this message. Medicare has introduced some new benefits to help consumers during these cautious COVID-19 times. They realize many of you don't want to leave your home to visit a doctor. So now you can get a remote patient monitoring device shipped to your home at little or no cost to you. Now your doctor can identify your problems in real time, which could potentially save your life. Victory Medical can easily ship this monitoring device directly to your home at little or no cost to you. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes and you're covered by Medicare, make this free call right now to see if you qualify for a new remote patient monitoring device. Call now. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the tax doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Beautiful people, this is Major. This is why I love you. On the lunch break.
Hey. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. What's up? All right, it's Oh My Goodness Monday. Might as well call it Overreaction Monday. And real quick before I get back to the texts, a lot of folks messing with me about those texts. Not in a bad way. Y'all feeling what I'm feeling. Miami Hurricanes hired Mario Cristobal to be the new head coach at Notre Dame. I mean, at the U. They just fired Manny Diaz. But what's crazy was they were negotiating with this cat and keeping Manny Diaz on the payroll. Like, that's wrong. You fired. Like, Manny Diaz hit the monitor and said, "Hey, so-and-so, can you come into my office?" No. Why not? It ain't your office. You about to get fired. All right. Hey, can we meet? No. Why not? You about to get fired. It's like, man, why would you let that man sit there in that situation knowing that you're trying to get rid of him? That right there is just dead wrong. Till you do right by Manny Diaz, ain't nothing you doing gonna work. But let me be petty. This is my first time being petty this year. I waited all the way to December 6th, 2021 to be petty for the first time this year. I tried. CJ, Keith Hennig, Annette, I tried. Oz, I tried. But here it is. Willie Gibson, I tried not to be petty, but here it is. Man, if only they didn't have that transfer portal, let them kids transfer wherever they want to go. If only they didn't have that UIL where they start paying these kids for their name, image, and likeness, which we ought to be able to control. If I'm EA Sports, I should be able to want to use whoever's name, image, and likeness I want to use. If I'm an NCAA head coach, I should be able to do what I want to do. They shouldn't let them kids have a transfer portal and name, image, and likeness stuff. They get a scholarship. They don't deserve that money. If they didn't have that nonsense, these coaches wouldn't be leaving these kids like that. These coaches wouldn't be jumping ship on these kids like that before these bowl games and stuff. While a couple of them had a chance to compete for national championship, they wouldn't be jumping ship on these kids like that. It's all these kids' fault with that doggone transfer portal and name, image, and likeness stuff. I can't believe they put that stuff out there. These kids get a free scholarship and tuition and room and board, and they get special meals and stuff. How dare them? And because of that, for the first time in NCAA history, You got coaches just up and leaving, but no regard for the kids. Brian Kelly wouldn't have left Notre Dame if it wasn't for that transfer portal and that name, image, and likeness stuff. Lincoln Riley would be right there at Oklahoma if it wasn't for that transfer portal and that name, image, and likeness stuff. Mario Cristobal would be right there in Oregon if it wasn't for that transfer portal and name, image, and likeness stuff. Kids should be ashamed of themselves. All of them. Not some of them, all of them. You know what they're going to do now? They got to figure it out. I am being very sarcastic and petty. This is what college football is, has been, and until further notice will be. The grown-ups, the ones that sit in your living room and tell you they're going to take care of your kid for 4 years, they're going to graduate your child. Your child's going to have a chance to play on Saturdays. Your child's going to have a chance to bring national championships to Incarnate Word. They sit in your child's living room and they make all those promises to your child and you until they get an offer that they can't refuse. And then it's no longer about your child. Some of them will lie to your face. Are you going to be leaving in 2 years? I ain't going nowhere. I got a long-term commitment to Stephen F. Austin. I ain't going nowhere. 4 weeks later, I want to thank everybody at Stephen F. Austin for the time and the love that they showed me. I'm now going to be the new head coach at St. Edwards. I want to thank everybody with the Lumberjack Nation, chop chop. But I'm moving on. It's a deal I can't refuse. If y'all are still blaming the transfer portal and NIL for what's wrong with college sports, please. I can't. I don't have time today. I don't have time. I don't have the extra brain cell. I don't have one bit of try and help this person understand. I don't want to hear about the scholarships. I don't want to hear about the per diem. I don't want to hear about it. I don't. To the young men and the people of the program at Oregon, hang on. You're gonna find somebody. They're gonna find somebody that the program will be just fine. The program will be just fine. To all the other schools that coaches up and left these kids in the middle of promises that they made to them, young people, get yours. Get yours. If you feel like playing for Oklahoma today and Louisville next year, you do that. It's your life. You do that. You do what's best for you. Before I get Coach on here, I got to talk about the college football playoffs. Man, David Grubb is a real dude. David Grubb, host of Crunch Time with David Grubb on 103.7 FM. The Game in Louisiana is a real dude. Like, I was ready to go off on the college football playoffs, but David Grubb got me right with that. David Grubb said that the college football playoff is not a real playoff championship. It's for entertainment. Therefore, they're going to put the teams in there that they feel give them the best entertainment value. And I needed to hear that. Because it was not making sense to me. How is it the only undefeated school in the college football playoffs is ranked number 4? Where they do that at? How is it that a one-loss Notre Dame team is not in, and the only team they lost to was the only undefeated team that's in, but a one-loss Georgia team that literally got dog-walked in the SEC championship game? Their loss wasn't that bad, so they get in. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. How is Michigan number 2, win their game by a lot, but all of a sudden Alabama, they jump all the way up to number 1? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
When you lose, it's Willie Gibson.
Hey, Willie Gibson. How are you, man?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I tried to be good, Willie. It took me all year. It took me to December 6th to be a little bit petty.
Okay.
Why'd you pause right there? You had a pregnant pause right there.
Yeah. Hey, you like it? I love it. I'll rock with it. Okay.
Hey, I stand corrected, Willie. I stand corrected. I sent you a message over the weekend that Jim Stank Harbaugh had put the patch of the Ohio State score. From what I understand, that's the score of one of the young people that was killed in that senseless shooting up in Michigan.
Yeah, his number. He wore number 42.
Right. Just coincidental that they scored 42 on Ohio State and that young man wore number 42. So I'll err on the side of that's what they were trying to do as opposed to something else.
Yeah. I mean, that was a nice move, nice gesture on their part.
Yeah.
As well as the Lions.
Yeah. No, definitely. And all of them had good weekends. Michigan won the Big Ten championship for the first time since 2003. The Detroit Lions won their first game since forever. So congratulations. Congratulations to the teams in Detroit. And our sincere thoughts and prayers still go out to that community there in Michigan.
Absolutely.
So your thoughts on the college football playoff selection? Any surprises? Anything you want to add to it? I'm telling you, David Grubbs saved me, man. He pulled me off that first floor ledge because I was about to jump.
Why?
I don't know. You know me. I want stuff to be right, man. Just do it right. It's not hard to do it right, is it?
What's right?
Make it a real college football playoff. Make it a real competition to see who the best team in the country is.
But here's the thing. We know all year long we hear Power 5 conference, but yet we talk about 4 spots in the CFP. It's set up for controversy and chaos for the rest.
Right. And that's what I say. It's not hard to do it right. Put 6 teams in it. Put 8 teams in it. Put 12 teams in it. Put 16 teams. Pick a number, but 4 ain't it.
It's 8. The number is 8. Every Power 5 conference champion gets in automatically. You get the best group of 5, and then you get 2 at large. 8. 3 additional weeks of football. That's it.
Yeah. Well, the kids will, they will spontaneously combust because they got to play an extra couple of weeks of football.
And it's not about the kids. That they haven't figured out yet quite how to maximize the financial benefits.
Exactly. And that's why I say there are telltale signs that this is all about the money. First of all, the NCAA is not running it or sanctioning it. And second of all, again, it's about the schools that produce the most money in games like this.
It always has been.
Yeah, well, that's why I say do it right.
Who's going to bring 35,000 to the metropolitan area of Phoenix, Arizona, New Year's Eve? Who's going to do it? That's exactly what it's about. So, yeah.
I got you, Willie. Hey, today is Otto Graham's birthday. Best quarterback ever to play for the Browns.
True.
What? He said true? Willie, let me hit the top of the hour. Stay right there, man. Stay right there.
1140 AM, KYOK Conroe, and 92.3 FM, K222CX
The
Houston.
views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Hey, Willie, I got to get ready to go. You know who I got on now? I got the coach on. In fact, let me bring him in because I need to introduce you two to each other. hold on. Let me get a better picture of he and I. There he is, Coach Johnny Cole. As we get ready to take our HBCU stroll, how you doing, Coach?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear for a minute. You know, they say my thing is stalling and freezing. I do see it moving kind of slow. I think somebody's getting me today. But anyway, Coach, I want you to meet one of the baddest dudes. He's from up our way. He's up in Columbus, Ohio. His name is Willie Gibson. He's a broadcast journalist up there.
Oh, okay. That's he my homeboy then.
What's cool? All right, where are you from?
I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, I got a brother finished from Ohio State Medical School.
Oh, impressive. Congratulations.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, I grew up being a Buckeye.
Yeah, absolutely.
Willie graduated from The Ohio State University, so he's not new to it. He's true to it.
Oh, really? Really? My kid's mom graduated from Ohio State. Was you back there with Byers?
No,
Coach. He real young. Coach, he young. He old enough to be our son, Coach.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
In the early to mid 90s.
Oh, okay. Early to mid 90s.
But now he also rocks with those Cleveland Browns too, Coach. So we like to light him up every now and then because, you know, they haven't seen good quarterbacking over there since Otto Graham.
Well, we had I went to Dunbar High School as well.
Okay.
So we had a couple of our athletes go to Ohio State.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever play with some kids out of Springfield?
I know D. Miller. I went to school with D. Miller.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I have to put you two together. Look, one of these days, y'all might be doing something together in my space. So I want y'all to get to know each other. So Willie, I appreciate you dialing in, brother, and keeping me from, look, first time this year that I've been petty. So thanks, man. I appreciate you keeping me out of trouble, Willie.
Again, I'll go with it if you go with it.
Willie Gibson, Will Knows Podcast, y'all. Y'all be sure to check him out. He also hosts or co-hosts with Chris Gardner, Andy Yanez, and others on Folks Talking Sports. So, Willie, we'll talk to you again soon, bro.
All right, boss. Look forward to it.
All right, man. All right. Coach, that's a good dude right there, man. I love that dude for free.
Oh, wow. It's always good to have good dudes.
Yeah, you blacked out on me, Coach. You blacked
out.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
No problem.
I'm coming back.
Again, I see me pausing. I don't know what's going on, man. Whenever me and Coach try and get on, these folks don't like us, man. The system be trying to take us down because we about to take that HBCU stroll. All right, Jackson State ended up doing it for like a half. For like a half, I looked like I had a great pick. Because it was 13-10. Prairie View was hanging in there with Jackson State. And then Jackson State hit the gas and pulled off 27-10 to win the SWAC championship.
Well, doing the overall cast, put it in simple words, there's 3 phases to the game: offense, defense, and special teams.
Yep.
And you got to be at least winning 2 of those. And Jackson State did great on defense, as well as scoring a touchdown on special teams. Prairie View did a good job slowing their offense up, but you can't keep those kids on the field. Offensively, Prairie View.
Coach, I gotta interrupt us. We got breaking news out of the SWAC. One of our good listeners, Camilio, just sent a message that Eric Dooley is the new head coach at Southern.
Yes, sir. I got that news this morning. I was going to share that with you, but that wasn't no secret. Dooley would coach down there during a couple of championship years. He was the receiver coach. He was under Mark Orlando, who was the coordinator at the time, and he did a super job down there.
Well, he's going home. He's going home.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
If he takes a fraction of what they had up there at Prairie View down there to over the head of the Grove, they gonna be all right. The Bluff,
the Bluff.
Not the Grove. That's the Ohio State. The Bluff, yeah, the Bluff.
The Bluff.
Yeah, my daughter's gonna be going there, so I got to get that right. Right.
Sir. Yes, sir. Or the Hill. You know, I spent 3 years down there. Won a national championship under Pete Richardson. Was there during the McNair years at Alcorn.
Yep.
And we played the only black college football game on January 1st. We played in Atlanta, Georgia. We ended up beating South Carolina State.
Okay.
11-6.
Okay. Defensive struggle.
Yes. So, but Southern is one of the best that you can go to. Great support.
Yeah.
You know, the only show in town in Baton Rouge. And I should say that only HBCU, because of course you got LSU across the town. But you know, it's a great place to be. Nice area, and I look forward to him to be just as successful at Southern as he is at Prairie View. Yeah,
I do too. And to all those Prairie View alumni out there, y'all hang on. It's gonna be all right. There's some great coaches out there that can come in and step in and keep Panther pride going strong up there in that area as well.
Well, you know, I hope they understand that Prairie View made a big jump in getting that new stadium.
Right.
And that new stadium has taken them in a new field house, has taken them to another level. The expectations are high and should be high. They got a good thing going there. They got to be able to try to get some butts in the seats, though.
Yeah.
You know, even though they were winning this past year, you know, they weren't getting them butts in the seats. You know, and Prairie View sits outside the city, and they got to get that Waller County and Hempstead area involved with that program.
Yep.
And I mean, it's a great job to have. I think it sits in a super place. You know, you got room to grow. You're not in the city, but you're close enough to the city and close enough to the airport that you can bring some top-notch recruits in, big-time recruits.
Absolutely. Prairie View is one of those schools that you should not have a problem recruiting at, because you got that Houston and surrounding area base. You got Dallas surrounding area base. And, man, listen, you can get over there to Louisiana. You can get over there to Florida. You can get up there to the Midwest. You can get them kids over from California. Prairie View is a very good story to be able to use to recruit, to bring talent right here.
Oh, no. Ain't no question. And then, you know, plus you can, you know, you got facilities to show them.
Right.
You know, you're just not bringing them to a dump. You bring them to nice facilities. You know, the thing about Prairie View, me being a Texas Southern guy during my days and stuff, they got great campus life.
Yeah.
You know, they got great campus life because they so much away from the city, you know, then everybody comes on campus to have a good time. So the sororities are big, fraternities are big there, excellent nursing school, big time engineering school. You know, they got a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, the news, Prairie View's head coach, Eric Dooley, heading over to Southern to take over where they had an interim coach there. Now we'll see who takes the job at Prairie View, a team that just competed in the SWAC championship game, losing to Jackson State 2017. Over 50,000 viewed that game in the stadium as Jackson State pulled off and won that SWAC championship. What are your thoughts about that game and how you saw it play out?
I thought it was a win-win situation for our conference. You know, to have the game played in Jackson, Mississippi, where Jackson State is probably the most highest draw attendance. They've been that for the last 35, 40 years. So I thought it was good to have it there where the conference, because the conference game sponsored can make some money. Hopefully they do good with the money on taking our conference to another level.
Yeah. That is true. So we'll see how all that works out. Coach, we got to take a little break. I'll be right back with you right after this. It's the HBCU Stroll with the coach, Johnny Cole, right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
KYOK, 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
He didn't waste no time, did he?
Hello, this is
he didn't.
Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is
He didn't, which tells me they had been talking before today.
Talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. Clyde, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt, then listen up. We can reduce or eliminate your interest rates. Cut your monthly payment up to 50% and stop all late fees. Our company has been helping good people just like you get out of debt for over 30 years. Don't get stressed out. If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills, we can show you a way to reduce all of your bills to one lower monthly payment that you can afford. So again, if you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills you can't afford, make this free call today and learn how you can finally get out of debt. Call now for your free consultation. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. That's 800-638-7112.
Hi, this is TJ from South Park. I listen to the lunch break with AJ Jones on 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We are streaming live at KYOKradio.org and on social media platforms. Coach, wanted to come back with you on our HBCU Stroll, and I want to talk about that game again on Saturday. Coach Primetime said something kind of interesting. He said that he knew if they got up on Prairie View that they were not built to be able to throw the ball to get back in the game. What do you think about that statement, and what do you think about that kind of game plan?
He said Prairie View wasn't built to come back.
By throwing the ball to get themselves back in it.
Wow. If I had to rank the quarterbacks in the league, their quarterback pass would have been number 2 behind the kid from Alabama A&M. I wouldn't necessarily say that. They had some deep threats. They caught the ball deep. Now, of course, they had some injuries too going into that game. But I wouldn't necessarily say that they didn't have the personnel to come back. But maybe it's something that he's seen on film, to make that statement. So I'll stand corrected as far as if he's seen some on film. But the games that I watched him, I watched him from game 1, Texas Southern, to all the way to the end game in Mississippi Valley, where they called a couple deep passes. So, again, it's something that he may be seeing that I don't necessarily agree with.
Yeah, and when I first heard it, I thought the same thing. Maybe like that was one of those Dion kind of statements. But I got to be honest, what it turned out to be was right, because they could not move the ball effectively and consistently passing it after they got down by so many points.
Well, the other thing is, what kind of passes are you doing? What's happening in the game will always dictate. Again, I know Jackson State is a pressure team. So if they're a pressure team, then you got to be more patient of throwing screens and getting the ball out your hand or doing some sprint out left and right. What I did hear in the football world is that Dooley suspended his top tailback before the game. Something happened the night of, and I'm not privy to say, but he ended up suspending that guy. They got the other kid hurt the week before.
Right.
So they really came limping into that football game. And then coming off of 3 straight losses, coming off of 3 straight weeks without a rest, walking into a championship game, that's tough. That's tough on anybody.
Yeah, and you and I talked about that. Prairie View's schedule at the end of the season did them no favors.
Right. Even when you play in the Super Bowl, you get 2 weeks off.
Right.
To prepare and to get yourself together. So, they were going in the game. Hey, man, they were going up in the game uphill on ice on one leg. I mean, you're going to play at Jackson. You got 50,000 people. You got a great coaching staff, great football team that you're great to play against. I'm coming off of 3 games, no rest. I lose one of my top players. My quarterback's been banged up. And let me make sure clear. I'm not taking nothing away from Jackson State.
Yeah, no, I got
They
you.
could have had rest all week and walked in there and got beat. But, as a head coach, that's tough.
Yeah, no, I got you. Again, it was, a great performance by Jackson State. They have been the team to beat most of this SWAC season, and they got the job done. They finished the assignment. So, hats off to Coach Prime and the young men at Jackson State. They literally put Prairie View in a position where Prairie View was forced to try to throw the ball to get back in the game. And, Jackson State was able to lay their ears back and bring that rush. And that put Prairie View in some down and distance situations that were not favorable.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing to say that, but then it's another thing knowing what the defense going to do. Then you should have some packages in your offense to be able to get to some plays. You know what I mean? And maybe, sometimes, in the spread offense, they say spread so much. But when you face so much man, sometimes you got to go bunch sets. Bunch sets is when you put 3 receivers together or 2 receivers together in a motion over. Now you make it difficult for them to say who got who. So if my top man on the line of scrimmage release outside, defense back go outside, then I got another guy coming underneath. So now that defense back got to either fight over top or fight underneath or get their calls mixed up of switch. So you got to have packages for that type of defense and in those type of situations.
It's funny you say that because I'm about to mix leagues real quick. Former championship offensive coordinator with the LSU Tigers, Joe Brady, was fired from Carolina with the Carolina Panthers as their offensive coordinator. And one of the many things that I'm hearing about why he got fired was he was not a good situational coach. He did not prepare them for certain situations. In fact, when Teddy Bridgewater left, he said, we didn't work on the 2-minute offense under Joe Brady. And, they literally start calling out things that you got to prepare for those kind of things. You just don't know how to do them when you get in them. And apparently his style of coaching didn't allow for that.
Well, yeah, you got to kind of plan and practice for all situations. You could talk about it in the locker room. You could talk about it in the meeting room, but you got to have that part of the section in your practice. Knowing when to run out of bounds, knowing when to to maybe take a chance at it. So you got to know that in college, when you get a first down, the clock's gonna stop. You know what I mean? Where you can use your timeouts. You got to understand and let your players know that each player average about 8 seconds. So if you got 80 seconds left in the game, which is a minute 20, you got 10 plays.
Right.
You got 10 plays to get off, and you got to know it. So if I got 10 plays to go let's go 75 or 70 yards, don't panic. Don't panic. Let's get the ball. Let's get the ball out your hand. Let's either get out of bounds or get down and get back up to the line of scrimmage and take a snap. And we know for every first down, the clock don't stop.
Yeah, we got the coach Johnny Cole joining us in our HBCU stroll. We're talking about the SWAC championship game. Jackson State came out on top 27-10. Also talking about Coach Dooley leaving Prairie View following the game to take the head coaching job at Southern. And just talking about, some of the things in coaching that a lot of folks think are just a given. But not only do you need to practice the 2-minute drill, you need to practice the 1-minute drill. You need to practice a drill with less than a minute and how to, matriculate the ball down the field that way. And coaches like yourselves get that, whereas folks who seen other people coach but never actually did it themselves might not be able to do that effectively just because they've been given the job.
Well, a lot of it come from experience. And from the time, when I take over a job and we come in August, we start working over trick plays then. Trick plays is a part of the package. I go in the game with at least 10 trick plays. People are like, oh, well, how you do that? Well, we take 5-minute segments of practice, and that's what we work on. After we get good at them, it's just a matter of making the call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like getting off a PAT field goal. You got 6 or 7 seconds to go from the bench and run on the bench and set. We used to do that too, and we only spent 3 minutes on that because we'll have them kick a field goal, and then we'll go down the other end. Everybody running down, getting set, kicker, everybody, boom. As soon as you hit that ball, they running down to the other hash. We just you just got to practice those situations. And the thing about it is, you got to make them situations feel normal.
Right.
I remember playing Grambling State. We just had scored at Alabama State. And we kicked off to them, and they fumbled.
Yeah.
And they fumbled right on the right hash. And my next call was triple reverse. And it went the kids ran out there like clockwork. We didn't have to be like, who's in the game? What's going on? It was boom. The play was called. Everybody knew what to do because we had repped it over and over and over, every day in practice.
Yep. Coach, we got to take a break. TK said something that I'm hearing from a number of Prairie View fans. That game was horrible, in my opinion. We'll talk about that perspective when we come back right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. It's the HBCU stroll with the coach, Johnny Cole. We'll be right back right after this.
Aldine AFT presents a grand gift giveaway. It's a drive-through holiday event. Hi, this is Eugene Johnson with Man to Man Let's Talk.
Hi, this is Shy from Shiloh Radio and the legendary KYOK. Join us Saturday, December 18th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, broadcasting live from Aldine AFT office located at 1404 North Sam Houston Parkway East. We will be giving away free HEB gift cards, turkeys, holiday gifts, and more while supplies last.
And it's open to the community. That's Saturday, December 18th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Aldine AFT office, 1404 North Sam Houston Parkway East.
That's right. Come on by and drive through and give these holiday treats a kickoff Christmas with Aldine AFT and the legendary KYOK. We'll see you there.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now. 800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. 253-1892.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK, 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion, with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Hey, what's going on? This is Lecrae, and right now you're listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break, legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live, KYOKradio.org. It's the HBCU Stroll with the coach, Johnny Cole, and myself, AJ Jones. Someone just texted in that Coach Dooley benched his starting running back for an incident that happened in the hotel. Coach Cole, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, it's one of those things, and I don't know. And let me just put an example of, the thing about it is, as long as you don't have to do with the law, breaking the law, breaking some type of school rule, I don't know. But, when I was coaching and became a head coach and I had a player that did something and I was going to suspend him that week, and it was a big week. And I had this older instructor came down and sit down and talk to me, and she made sense. You don't have to have all the answers. That's what make great coaches. People think Nick Saban got all the answers. He don't. That's why he hired all the best coaches. That's why he have a whole staff full of former head coaches. And what she said to me made sense. She said, yeah, you can punish him by suspending him for the game. And I think this was like on a Wednesday. She said, but you're also punishing everybody else because he's one of your top players and he's going to make a difference in the game. And you know that he's a good kid that has made a mistake. And she made a lot of sense about that.
Yeah.
And one of the things that me and my brother used to do was using the game to punish a kid is the last result.
Okay.
Is the last result. Because when it gets to that, it's got to be, to me, it's got to be something that's really, really, really detrimental. And I'm not saying it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have suspended him for that game. Being that it's the championship game, it's the last game of the year, and that's a big move. You know what I mean? But again, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. It could have been some, and apparently it must have. Coach Dooley was in the championship game, meaning that he's a good coach and he makes good decisions. But me, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have let him play.
Yeah. We got Coach Johnny Cole on the HBCU Stroll. We're talking about the SWAC championship game. Jackson State came out on top, 27-10 on Prairie View. Jackson State now goes on to the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia. We'll be there live, and we'll be broadcasting from Radio Row. The game itself will be on Saturday, the 18th, December the 18th, and we'll broadcast live on Friday with a special edition of the HBCU Stroll on that Friday. Really looking forward to that. Coach, we're going to be joined by Keisha Kelly from the Black College Experience, and she does a phenomenal job covering Black college football. Let me ask you this. You're the head coach of South Carolina State. What do you put in place to handle this juggernaut in Jackson State?
Well, I would definitely put in some blitz packages. I'll be definitely working on blitz pickup, with my offensive front. Also with the quarterback in there, we instead of going team pass, we would go inside blitz period, helping the quarterback see the back, seeing who we're gonna pick up, whether we slide the line. We'll have those periods and those segments. And South Carolina State have all had an extra week to prepare because they didn't play last week.
Right.
So I definitely have a blitz pickup. I definitely have some pressure packages ready to go. On the defensive side of the ball, the thing about the quarterback, Little Sanders, is that he don't like to really run the football. And so I would have a kind of spy guy to make sure, and then I'm going to tell my secondary, do not come off your receivers, because that's when he makes his biggest plays on the scramble. I've counted how many times that he's actually thrown touchdowns or made big plays. It's been off the scramble. He don't necessarily like to take off and run. So you'll have that spy there, that Mike linebacker there, just in case if he takes off. But 9 times out of 10, he likes to sit in there. He's been sacked over 30 times. And it ain't necessary that his front line is terrible, is that he hold the ball a long time. And sometimes that's good. You want your quarterback to sit in there and go through his progression. But it's to his bad side that he stays in there too long, or he tries to make plays down the field. So being sacked 30 times is a lot of sacks.
We got Coach Johnny Cole here on the HBCU Stroll talking about the Celebration Bowl. That's the Black College Championship game between the SWAC and the MEAC. It'll be South Carolina State and Jackson State in Atlanta, December the 18th. Again, we'll be live on location. Coach, in your opinion, how well does Shedeur Sanders read defenses? And based on your answer, would you give him some false looks? Would you give him some false fronts that look like one thing and then back or drop back into something else?
Well, let me first give him a compliment. He's beyond his years as a freshman. He don't play like a true freshman coming straight out of high school. I like his poise. I like that he sits inside and don't just read one guy and get out of there and run. I'll definitely have to show him some different looks. Definitely have to mix some things up on him. Once again, like I said, I'll put some pressure on him. I'll make sure that he feel pressure, and sometimes we'll come from different looks. But the biggest thing is that, like I said earlier, we'll play some zone because we want to try to stop the run. Because once you stop their run, they struggle offensively, as you've seen in the past. And I'll make sure I have a guy spy on him to make sure he don't get out of the pocket. Just kind of mirror him a little bit, do some twist up front, because their offensive line, they're very average. They don't move very well. So if you're doing a lot of twisting up front, you should be able to get to him and make sure that you stay with those receivers on the backside because that's where they make big plays at. So I definitely would give him a lot of different looks and make him think we in this and rotating to something else.
Yeah, TK said he's an extremely intellectual, non-seasonal quarterback. And, that would be a pretty good description of him. But watch this. It's not just him reading those coverages and defenses, but it's that offensive line knowing what to do when you have some twists and some wrinkles and some different, stunts that you do along that offensive line with the defense. What do you think about their football IQ, and how do you kind of trick them into leaving a gap wide open or, not knowing to read a late blitz or a late stunt?
Well, great defensive coordinators find out their passing schemes, whether they want to slide, do they use slag, do they use man on man, do they get their back involved, do they pull a guard on some protection. So, the defensive coach as well, he'll see that, he'll see, whether they like to slide to the field or like to slide to the boundary, where they like to slide to the three receiver side or away from the three receiver side. So a good defensive coordinator will find out how do they protect. And then he'll set his defense and he'll bring the pressure from away from the slide. Because what you're trying to do is get a big man on the back, and take some mismatches and get to the quarterback. So we'll see. That takes a lot of film study, takes a good experienced coach to know that and understand that. Because some coaches are just, like I said, Jackson State offensive coordinator is going to see what they like to do, and South Carolina State's coach going to see what they like. So you got to come with some wrinkles in the football game, and again, both of them are playing for the championship. So they're coaching mentorship, their coaching mental capacity is, the thing about it is winning championships, and they there, so evidently they know what they're doing and have been doing things the right way.
Yeah. Coach Johnny Cole with the HBCU Stroll. The comment says defensive backs and safeties have to cover wide receiver number 5 total, and that is Shane Hooks, wide receiver 6'4", out of Orlando, Florida. So he got size and some speed, and he's one of those guys you can throw those 50-50 balls to him, and more often than not, a 5'9", 5'10", maybe even 5'11" defensive back or safety is going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, I've never put the play together that I'm gonna throw a jump ball. You got to be able to hit him on stride. You got to be able to give him an opportunity to make plays. If that's the favorite receiver, maybe you might double him. Maybe you might play a guy inside and outside. If you release to the inside, that guy takes it. You know what I mean? And it depends on where he plays it on the field.
Right.
See, last week I was watching University of Houston and Cincinnati, and University of Houston, what they done was took their number 1 wide receiver and motioned him out the backfield. So you couldn't double him. So he would motion and he would get single coverage. And I tell you what, he ate them alive. And he was about 5'8", but he had some good speed. He was about 5'8" guy. He was a 1,000-yard receiver catcher. So those are the type of adjustments that University of Houston made going into that championship game. I look forward to see the adjustments that both Jackson State and South Carolina makes.
Yeah, again, and Coach, you did a great job. You called that Cincinnati-Houston AAC championship game for the good folks over at Colorcast, and I know you're going to be doing some work for them, and I hopefully will be tag teaming with you as you do live broadcasts with again the good folks over at Colorcast. How was that experience for you? What was it like? What did you learn? What did you feel? That kind of stuff.
Well, first of all, my hat goes out to you and your daughter, and hopefully she's will recover, and I think she will. What you've told me. But second, I just want you to know, there wouldn't have been no Muhammad Ali if it wasn't no Frazier, and there can't be Batman without Robin, and Mike surely need Ike. So I miss you. I got in there, wet behind the ears, green, and I had my sidekick, my girlfriend. She was here trying to help me out in spot, but it was an experience. It was a great experience for me. I can feel myself getting better as the game went on. It's a 2-man job. Let me make sure I let you guys know that. But I look forward to working with Colorcast and getting into this broadcasting game, seeing that I won't be able to get to the sideline anytime soon. But, it keeps me close to the game, analyzing the game. I've been doing that behind closed scenes with huddle accounts from some of my former players, some of the former coaches I've coached, I got a whole bunch of huddle apps, and so I kind of keep up with the game that way. And I get calls all the time about coaching, so it felt good. I felt like a whale in the water, So and to keep me close to that game, so I enjoyed it. I had a great time.
Well, Coach TK said he did an absolute great job, and that's what I heard from a couple of people. So, that whole seeing I won't be able to get down to the sidelines anytime soon. Don't believe that hype either. Don't believe that hype either, Coach. Hey, listen, just don't forget about us when you get down to that sideline. Look, I'm gonna be trying to get exclusives and interviews and stuff like that, and you're gonna be sending me over to the SID pretty soon.
No. I'm going to tell you to meet me up in the sweet box. We'll pop a bottle of champagne or something, have some ham and cheese on the side. I'm going to tell you to take that pretty coat off you got and relax. And, we got this. We got this.
Coach Johnny Cole right here on the HBCU Stroll. All right, Coach, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll come back with our picks right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's the lunch break, oh my goodness, Monday, and the HBCU Stroll.
Aldine AFT presents a grand gift giveaway. It's a drive-through holiday event. Hi, this is Eugene Johnson with Man to Man Let's Talk.
Hi, this is Shy from Shiloh Radio and the legendary KYOK. Join us Saturday, December 18th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, broadcasting live from Aldine AFT office located at 1404 North Sam Houston Parkway East. We will be giving away free HEB gift cards, turkeys, holiday gifts, and more while supplies last.
And it's open to the community. That's Saturday, December 18th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Aldine AFT office, 1404 North Sam Houston Parkway East.
That's right. Come on by and drive through and get these holiday trees and kick off Christmas with Aldine AFT and the legendary KYOK. We'll see you there.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's AJ Jones with the lunch break on the legendary KYOK AM 1140 and 92.3 FM. It's that time of year where we are reminded of all the things we should be thankful for, and that it's more blessed to give than to receive. So with that in mind, on Wednesdays from now through Christmas, we'll give you a chance to win a gift certificate from Butterball. That's right, you can win a gift certificate for a Butterball turkey on Wednesdays on the lunch break between 12 and 2. Just be the right caller, and your Butterball turkey will be on us at the legendary KYOK AM 1140 at 92.3.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Griff from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead, say it, Griff.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking.
Love talking.
Enjoy living on Get Up Mornings.
Get up!
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
This is Brian Courtney Wilson, and you're listening to the lunch break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's the coach, Johnny Cole, and we're taking the
Yes, sir.
And Coach, all right, so I got a young man by the name of Tyler. Tyler says, all right, ask Coach who he thinks going to win the Celebration Bowl and ask him why.
Okay. Well, I looked at the numbers. South Carolina State is not exciting on the numbers. They finished giving up 30 points a game. That's tough. Quarterback's only completing 50% of his passes. They don't have a 1,000-yard rusher. The leading tackler lead the team with 13 tackles, meaning that I guess they play gang football, but they ain't tackling a lot of people giving up 30 points a game. Whereas on Jackson State side, you got Shakir Sanders throwing for 3,000 yards and completing 67% of his passes. You got a big-time wide receiver over there, and he likes to divvy the ball around. And Jackson State's only giving up, I think, right about 18, 19 points a game. So the numbers point towards Jackson State. The only numbers that South Carolina State can even with them is that they went 5-0 in their league. They beat everybody in their league. And of course, Jackson State has beaten everybody they've played in a conference too, and that's hard to do, to beat everybody in the conference. So I got Jackson State at least by 10 points.
That's a very good assessment. That's a very good assessment, because as you were talking and giving those numbers, I thought about what Coach Prime said about Prairie View. If we get up, they don't have the style of offense that could pass them back into the game. So if Jackson State can get up on South Carolina State, will South Carolina State be able to throw the ball and get back in it? And based on those numbers that you had, they won't be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, they seem like they're very average on the offensive side of the ball. So it seems like it's going to be a defensive type of game. And giving up a lot of points don't mean necessarily that you're just that bad on defense. Maybe you're just that bad on offense who give up a lot of turnovers. So that's why I picked Jackson State. Better quarterback, completing more passes, playing in a better conference. South Carolina State, they scrambling over there in the MEAC. So we'll see. Again, I got Jackson State at least 10-12 over South Carolina.
Coach Johnny Cole, HBCU Stroll. Let me again apologize for the technical difficulties that we're having, but as long as you can hear us, we appreciate y'all listening. Coach, let me ask you a question. Now, this might be a painful question. You ready?
Yes, sir. I was born ready.
Look, and I heard that if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready.
That's right.
Coach, tell me about a game that your team was the better team on paper, but y'all didn't win. What happened? What was the game? What was the score? And what happened?
Well, there was two games, but the one was most evident to me we were playing Tuskegee, my championship year at Tuskegee. If the game cost me the Black College National Championship. We played them in Mobile, and we were definitely better than they were. We finished ranked number 1 in the country in defense and number 10 or number 12 in rushing. And we just didn't play well at all. I remember my quarterback, we went no back. He knows if it's man coverage, I'm going to sit and then I'm going to get out of there. Well, he did that. He sit and he kept him out of there, but he tried to throw it. And he did a cardinal sin. One, tuck it and run it. This man coverage. We in the red zone. We want to play ball security. Number 2, he threw the ball across his body. And that was the drive to go down to win the game. We shouldn't even have been there. We played bad, that whole game. For some reason, I would always take the blame when my team is not prepared or I didn't prepare them enough. And traditionally, Tuskegee is always tough. Every time I've played them, it's been tough beating them. Matter of fact, I don't think I ever beat them. It didn't matter who was coaching. You could have coached the team. For some reason, Tuskegee got my number. But that was a game that hurt me deeply. I remember I think I told my quarterback off all the way home. Every time we stopped to get gas, because driving from Houston to Mobile, every time we stopped to get gas, I just cursed him some more. I had him sit by me, curse him some more. And then hug him and then curse him some more. And I end up benching him the next week.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. The reason why I asked that, and I'm not going to tell mine because
you don't peel the scar.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to do that to you. I knew it might dig into some pain, but there's an old saying in sports, that's why they play the games. And if anybody is listening and thinking that we're not giving South Carolina State a chance, that's why they play the games. The Detroit Lions won their first game of the entire season yesterday. There have been other teams that were in every statistical category possible they were not the team that anybody thought was going to win, and they did. So, South Carolina State definitely has a chance and could possibly win this game, and it would be a great win for the program. So, I don't want anybody to think that we're not giving South Carolina State a chance, because if anybody has coached on any level, there's been that one game where you know that you were supposed to win that game. And I don't know what it was. The moon didn't align with Jupiter or whatever, but you ended up on the end.
I think it's the other way around when a team don't supposed to win, but everything happened the way it's supposed to happen. Yeah.
Right.
When it lines up, yeah. You hate to say it, but that tip ball falls into their hand.
Yep.
Penalty holding every time the team that's supposed to score, they have to bring it back. Momentum start changing. And definitely them getting in the championship game
says something.
They ain't no slouch now.
Right.
They finished 6-5 this year.
Right.
You don't usually see a 6-5. That's basketball.
Right.
You don't see a 6-5 team playing a football championship.
Yep.
You might can count on one hand. I know in my 40 years of being in college football that you've seen a team 6-5 and playing for a national championship. That just don't happen.
Well, Coach, and let me pull it up real quick. Hang on one second. Like you said, they didn't lose to anybody in the conference. It was their non-conference schedule where they had all of their losses. Their non-conference schedule, and I'm just trying to pull it up real quick. They played number 6 Clemson. They played New Mexico State. Of course, they played Bethune and FAM. And everything else is non-conference.
Right.
All right,
so
Coach.
is that saying that their conference is that weak?
I'm not gonna dog the MEAC. I'm not gonna dog the MEAC. I got friends over there, and I got to go and eat over there every now and then. So,
North Carolina Central beat Alcorn,
right?
But then turned around and lost to our perennial losing school, Mississippi Valley.
Right. I'm gonna leave it at this. That's why they play the games. All right. That's why they play the games. Okay.
Yeah, I thought Norfolk was creeping through there, and they were for a minute, and then the bottom fell out.
And then they had to dig it out of the mud, and they never got it out. Coach,
let's say this: they got a lot of parity.
Yeah, they do.
Outside of South Carolina State.
They do. I want to see that conference either expand, or I'd love to see them find a way to create a super conference with the SWAC. I don't know if that would happen, but I want to see that conference survive.
Because the top 4 teams are 6-5, 6-5, 5-6, 6-5.
Right. They just need some opponents. Coach, because you called that Cincinnati game, let me get your pick on Alabama versus Cincinnati. Who you think wins that one?
Oh, man, Alabama hands down.
And then you got Michigan and Georgia. Who wins that one?
That's the game. I'm gonna take Michigan.
I'm gonna take Michigan too. Now you got Michigan and Alabama. Who wins that one?
Roll Tide, roll.
Man, get off my phone. Get off my phone, man. Get off my program. Doc, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you, Coach.
Johnny Cole, Facebook, Instagram, Hobo Big Play. Also on that's on Twitter. And then on Instagram is Cold-Blooded number 9. At Cold-Blooded 9.
Coach,
that's the number 9.
I can't wait to see how our picks come out. Of course, we will be live in Atlanta on the 17th and the 18th. Y'all be sure and tune in.
Wait, you got to give me 30 seconds on man, what we win. You've been showing up the games with your blazer on. I know I'm coming correct to the ATL now. Coach, I've been out shopping.
Coach,
I might give me some blue. I don't know.
I'll talk about that offline. We don't want to tell everybody what we're going to do.
I was watching Aikman the other day. He had a nice little show because I know we got to come right.
We definitely will be right, Coach. Ain't no doubt about it. We will be right.
Or we just going to wear our cap and shirts with a blazer.
Well, that's right, too. Anytime you got K.A. Sci-Fi New Pie in there, that's right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach. We'll talk to you later, man.
All right. Take care.
All right, Coach. Y'all, that's the coach, Johnny Cole, with the HBCU Stroll right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We got to get ready to go. I apologize for the technical difficulties. We will be addressing that as soon as we get off the air. But anyway, let me get Sybil Wilkes on with what you need to know. Then we'll hit the birthdays and we'll wrap it up right after this on the lunch break. Come on, Sybil, give us the update for today.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Monday, December 6, 2021. Number 1, 2 Black women have filed a lawsuit against a conservative website charging defamation and emotional distress in relation to the 2020 election in the state of Georgia. Mother and daughter Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Shea Moss claim they were threatened and harassed as a result of the false information posted by the Gateway Pundit. The lawsuit charges the conservative site knowingly identified the women as well as published false stories claiming the Black women engaged in ballot fraud November 3rd, 2020, the night of last year's presidential election. Number 2, 2021 has been a great year for Black women in political office. In the last decade, more than 17 Black women were elected to the U.S. Congress. Today, Black women are mayors of 8 major cities, including Atlanta, Boston, Charlotte, Chicago, New Orleans, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and St. Louis. Read more about it in today's newsletter brought to you by the Black Women's PAC. Number 3, although the new Omicron variant is quickly spreading in the U.S., the Delta variant continues to drive nearly all new COVID-19 cases. The CDC director reported that the current 7-day average of new COVID cases is up to about 86,400 per day. It appears cases are once again rising after Thanksgiving, and doctors nationwide are preparing for another possible winter surge due to Christmas and New Year's gatherings. Number 4, a Santa Cruz man was sentenced to more than 6 years in prison after being convicted of a federal hate crime. Ole Hugan was sentenced to 82 months in prison for attacking a Black man on the street with a knife. The trial also included evidence of several other incidents where Hugan threatened or committed violent acts while yelling racial slurs. The conviction was for Hugan's 4th known racially motivated attack against Black men in the last 7 years. Number 5, over the last 10 years, the FDA and the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service report that there is a 125% increase in the average number of food recalls over the last 10 to 12 years. Among the most recent food recalls include Bird's Eye broccoli tots due to the possible presence of small rocks and metal fragments. And TJ Farms brand of frozen cauliflower has been recalled due to a possible contamination with Listeria monocytogenes. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Purposely make a connection to feed your spirit. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with comedians extraordinaire Chris Paul, Huggy Lowdown, and social activist Coy Malone as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, the Black Alzheimer's Brain Study at the University of North Texas Health Science Center at Fort Worth, and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, thank you very much. There's Sybil Wilkes right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. Let me get to the birthdays real quick. Happy birthday to Joy Leary. She's 39. Jamie Mouton. Danelle Winfield, 34. Priscilla Peacock, 51. Carisha Hill celebrating a birthday along with Apostle Marcus Bax. Chris Alcorn celebrating a birthday with Alethea Seals Clemens. Tony Harris celebrating a birthday along with Troy Brewer. He's the big 5'5". Derek Cooper, 6'5". Nikisha McHale Key is celebrating her birthday. Dominique Sanders and Judy Montgomery is 68 today. Happy birthday to y'all. And then real quick on the celebrity birthdays. Happy birthday, Otto Graham. Happy birthday, Johnny Manziel. And Giannis Antetokounmpo celebrating birthdays today. Come on, Usher.
Oh, go shorty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday.
Legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. Had a lot of fun with Coach Johnny Cole. Had a lot of fun with TK. Thanks for tuning in. And all of y'all, man, y'all just make the show great. So, as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There is nothing you can do about it. Got special guests that are going to be filling in for me at the end of the week. So, y'all be tuned in and check that out. But again, I'll talk to you tomorrow for Talk Your Team Tuesday. Y'all have a great day.